All right, so get ready because today we are diving deep into the world of Mr. Beast.
That's gonna be funny.
And we're going to be dissecting his secret sauce for YouTube domination. Basically, we got our hands on a document that he created for his team.
Wow.
That lays out his entire philosophy, strategies, everything for how to create viral content.
And it's fascinating because it reads like a playbook, not even just for YouTube success, but for anyone who wants to understand how to grab attention online today.
It really does. Like I was saying before we started recording, I mean, you would think with 180 million subscribers.
What, exactly?
The guy would be on a private island somewhere, just chilling.
Yeah.
But no, this document reveals a completely different side to him.
Absolutely. What struck me immediately was his relentless drive to learn and adapt.
Oh, interesting.
He talks about spending years obsessing over data, really dissecting every single detail of why certain videos just explode on YouTube.
Okay, so we're not talking about some happy accident here.
Yeah.
This is calculated. This is strategic. We're talking scientists in the lab, experimenting with what makes us click.
Exactly. And what's even more interesting is that he's laser focused on YouTube as a platform.
Okay.
He's not trying to be Hollywood. He's not trying to be anything else. He wants to crack the code of YouTube. And that means understanding its unique DNA.
So YouTube first thinking, but what does that actually look like?
Well, for one, it's about understanding that a YouTube audience is different.
Okay.
They're not sitting down for a carefully crafted film. They're constantly bombarded with content. They're scrolling. Their attention spans are, let's say, optimized.
Optimized. Yeah, you got to hook them fast.
Yes.
And hold their attention even faster. But it's more than just flashy thumbnails.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Yeah. He goes so deep into the psychology of attention.
Okay.
He talks about those first few seconds of a video being absolutely critical and the need to constantly re-engage the viewer throughout that entire experience.
And this is where that whole eight-player mentality comes in.
Yes.
Because you need a team that's as obsessed and as strategic as you are to pull that off.
You need people who live and breathe YouTube.
Right.
Not just talented editors or camera operators.
Yeah.
He wants people who understand the nuances that make a video pop. It's passion, yes, but also a deep understanding of the platform and that audience.
It's like assembling a crack team of YouTube ninjas.
Yeah.
Each with their own specialized skills to kind of conquer the algorithm.
Right.
But what are some of the actual strategies that they're using? This document really lays it out.
One of the core principles that he emphasizes is understanding these key metrics that really make or break a video on YouTube. Things like click-through rate, how long people are watching, how much of the video they actually get through.
Right. But what I like is he doesn't just throw the jargon around.
Wow.
He actually breaks it down in a way that you can apply even if you're not making videos for millions of people. That point about the first minute being crucial. I mean, that's true for any presentation.
It's true for life.
For any pitch. Any time you're trying to capture someone's attention.
Absolutely. And he gives this great example from his $500,000 for 100 Days in a Circle video.
Okay.
Instead of showing the guy's house already in the circle, they airlifted it in with a crane.
Talk about a wow moment.
I know, right?
So that's what I'm talking about. From the get-go, you are hooked.
Yes.
You are invested. You have to see what happens next.
Exactly. That's that YouTube-first thinking in action.
Yeah.
He knows you need to constantly re-engage the viewer, create these peaks and valleys to keep them on the edge of their seat.
And it's fascinating how he strategically places those moments.
Yeah.
Throughout the video, he talks about building in those natural pauses. Moments of reflection. So it's the excitement feels earned, not just thrown at you randomly.
It's very deliberate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he even says, even in the back half of a video, you never want to signal that the ending is near.
Right.
Unless it's to build anticipation for the final payoff.
Gotcha.
Every second counts.
Okay, so we've talked about the data,
Yeah.
the psychology, the team, but what I think is really refreshing is his emphasis on honesty.
Oh, yeah.
And constant feedback.
Huge.
He has this whole section on what he calls saying the negatives.
I love that.
He wants his team to tell him what's not working.
Yeah.
Where are the pitfalls?
Be honest.
It's he's encouraging them to poke holes in his ideas.
Yes.
Which, I mean, when you think about it, that's incredibly valuable.
It's so rare, though.
Because you don't get better surrounding yourself with yes men.
No, you don't. You need that critical feedback.
Exactly.
And it ties into another one of his key phrases, It's your fault.
Ooh.
Now, I know that sounds harsh.
Yeah, a little bit.
But he's emphasizing personal accountability.
Okay.
He wants his team to own their work.
No
excuses.
Good start to finish.
Yeah. I bet that leads to some pretty intense brainstorming sessions.
Oh, absolutely.
But like in a good way.
Oh, for sure. Very productive.
Yeah.
And he even gets into like communication styles.
Oh, really?
He's like face-to-face conversations are always best.
Interesting.
Especially for those high-stakes decisions, which makes sense
Yeah.
when you're dealing with the logistics of some of these videos. Oh, absolutely. You can't just send an email being like, hey, did we remember to rent that volcano?
Exactly.
But it's not all just logistics.
No.
He also stresses the importance of creativity.
Oh, absolutely. Huge.
Which I feel like that's a given, but he really emphasizes it.
Yeah, he has this mantra, creativity saves money.
I like that.
And he gives this great example.
Okay.
His gaming channel wanted to give away $20,000.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Right. His response. What if we gave away a year's supply of Doritos instead?
Okay, that is brilliant.
I know, right?
First of all, unexpected,
Yeah.
memorable, and probably costs a heck of a lot less than $20,000.
Way less. It's about finding those creative solutions that are both entertaining and cost-effective.
Yeah.
He really encourages his team to think outside the box, challenge conventional thinking. Don't be afraid to experiment.
So it's not just about having the resources,
Yeah.
it's about using them wisely.
Exactly.
Which, let's be honest, valuable lesson for any industry, not just YouTube.
In any aspect of life.
Right, exactly.
And he even encourages them to use consultants when needed.
Oh, interesting.
Like, why reinvent the wheel when you can learn from the best?
It's like having a secret weapon.
Exactly.
Tapping into that specialized knowledge to like elevate your work.
Mm-hmm.
But even with this focus on like data, strategy, efficiency,
Yeah.
there's this like surprisingly human element to his whole approach.
And that's what makes him so special.
Yeah.
He gets that none of this works without a strong team, positive culture, and genuine respect for the people behind the camera.
It's weird, right? We can get so caught up in like the algorithms and the metrics and all that.
Oh, totally.
But like at the end of the day, it's
Yeah.
the human element that actually matters.
Yeah, you got to connect with people. I think he gets that.
Yeah.
He really understands that none of this works without a strong team,
Right.
like a positive culture,
Mm-hmm.
and just genuine respect for the people behind the camera.
Yeah, he actually talks about that.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, like he even mentions that like
Okay.
most communication with the main cast should go through him or other key leaders
That's smart.
to avoid just like overwhelming them, you know?
So they don't get pulled in a million different directions.
Exactly. It's like he's creating this buffer
Right.
so they can just focus on being creative and like bringing their A game to every shoot.
Makes sense. Protect the talent
Yeah.
because they're the ones on screen.
Exactly.
But it's not just about being nice.
Oh, okay.
He specifically says he'd rather people be honest with each other
Okay.
than just polite.
Interesting. Honesty over politeness.
Yeah, I like that. It
Yeah.
speaks to a culture of trust
Yeah.
and mutual respect.
No BS.
Yeah.
Just like, this is what's up.
He wants people to feel comfortable sharing their ideas,
All right.
even if they're a little rough around the edges.
Which I think is so important.
That's huge.
Because, like, that's where the magic happens, right?
You got to be able to be a little bit vulnerable.
And he even encourages everyone to kind of, like, embrace their inner child a bit.
I love that.
Let that humor and that spontaneity shine through.
It's like, don't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah.
Right? Which, speaking of,
Okay.
he tells this hilarious story about Chris Tyson,
Oh, yeah, Chris.
one of the mainstays of the channel,
Yeah.
and his interesting information diet.
Okay, this I gotta hear.
Apparently, Chris watches a ton of cartoons,
What?
and Mr. Beast is convinced this is like what contributes to his sense of humor
Really?
and his ability to come up with these off-the-wall ideas.
So it's like not just about like crunching data and like studying the algorithm.
It's about feeding your creativity from other places.
I love that because it's so true.
It's so true.
Like, think about it.
Yeah.
The books you read, the movies you watch, the conversations you have,
All of it.
they all shape your perspective and like
Yeah.
how you approach your work.
And he encourages his team to be active viewers on YouTube.
Okay, so it's not just about watching his videos.
No, he wants them to explore the platform,
Interesting.
see what's out there, learn from others.
It's like he's saying stay curious.
Stay curious, never stop experimenting.
I love that.
And you know what's remarkable?
What?
He's basically giving away his playbook here.
Yeah, you're right. You would think someone at his level would be a little more, I don't know,
guarded.
Yeah, but he seems genuinely excited to share what he's learned.
I think that speaks to his confidence.
Yeah.
But also his desire to really push the boundaries of online entertainment.
That's a good point. He's not afraid of a little competition.
No, it fuels him.
And speaking of pushing boundaries,
yes,
he ends this document talking about the future of Mr. Beast Productions.
Oh.
And let's just say he is not slowing down anytime soon.
Buckle up.
Yeah, more teams, new ventures, like constantly leveling up.
That's wild.
It's that relentless drive. It's like what you were talking about earlier.
It's got to be exhausting.
I know, right?
But it's clearly working for him.
It is.
And it's not just about him.
Okay.
He really wants to build something, like, truly extraordinary.
Yeah, it's cool.
Something that benefits everyone.
I mean, it's inspiring.
It is.
To see someone so successful.
Yeah.
But also so dedicated to creating a positive and rewarding environment.
It's really refreshing.
For his team, for everyone he works with.
Yeah. This whole document, it's like a glimpse into the mind
right?
of one of YouTube's biggest stars.
Absolutely.
It's a masterclass in content creation.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also a powerful reminder that success is driven by passion.
Yeah.
By dedication.
Definitely.
And like a relentless pursuit of excellence.
So whether you're an aspiring YouTuber or a seasoned entrepreneur.
Or just someone who wants to understand what makes things go viral.
There's something in here for everyone.
There really is.
And it leaves us with this question.
Okay, let's hear it.
Mr. Beast is clearly obsessed with staying ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Always experimenting, always innovating.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were in his shoes, what would you be doing to keep people on the edge of their seats?
That's a great question. I'll have to think about that one.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
It is.
But it's something to ponder.
For sure.
And on that note,
I
think we're going to wrap things up here.
Another deep dive.
Always a pleasure.
In the books.
Until next time.
Thanks for listening, everyone.